go buy yourself something nice. In the gift shop. Mm-hmm.
Girl Dad Gaming.
On the Facebook. Do you do the Facebook?
I do. I just started
Hmm. Is it already posting now?
Yep, it's already, yeah.
We're all looking at our phones.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my god, I have the ugliest text face, you guys. I'm the ugliest person in the world.
Oh.
When I text, I am. My friends are like, text face. They have to like warn me when I'm out.
Alright, here we go.
Oh, it's like the captions.
Alright. Look at everyone on their phones.
Dan, we're working, Dan.
Wait a second.
We're sharing the stream, Dan. We gotta have people look at it.
I just share my stream.
Give us a break, Dan. We appreciate you.
Alright, how the fuck do we do this?
How
How do we? You guys, I'm like a little out of it skis.
little house. Well, you just click that little thing down at the bottom.
They
And
always change the interface.
I know
they do.
I know they do.
That's why.
Oh, Zuckerberg.
They're gonna change it again too.
Copy link.
Tracy D.
So they can make sure they're gonna monitor what you're putting out there. Make sure it doesn't go against their communist
Hashtag
standards.
get 90. Hello, good evening, everybody. I am James, Girl Dad Gaming. As you know, tonight is a good episode. Jay has a lot to talk about, and I think we all have a little bit to bring to the table on the conversation we're about to have. I'll let everybody introduce themselves from here, and we'll get started.
You guys all know me, Jay, Ethereal LLC, AETHERIAL.LLC on all your social. Always appreciate the likes, follows, subscriptions on all our videos, posts, all that fun stuff. And we've obviously got one familiar face, well actually two familiar faces and one brand new one, so I'll throw it over to you guys. Introduce yourselves.
You want to go first? Ladies first?
You just wanted me to. You wanted to think more.
I'm writing things down.
Hi, I'm Marissa Sullivan. I am I came to St. Pete, Florida from Los Angeles, California. I was an entertainment journalist for many years, and after a breast cancer battle, fuck cancer. Oh, we can swear.
You say
Fuck
fuck
cancer,
Absolutely.
everybody. After a breast cancer battle during the pandemic, I shifted into the health space, and I work for a couple different great health sites. Survivornet.com. We cover, it's for the cancer community, so write about a lot of hopeful, inspirational topics from survivors. And then Giddy, getmegiddy.com, and I host an interview series with celebrities talking mental health.
Awesome.
So that's it.
That's very cool. I look forward to hearing more about that as we kind of progress through this.
Yeah, thanks for
chat.
having me, you guys. Just getting thrown right in here.
Well, I'm Jason Frilo. I'm a singer-songwriter for a group called Frilo, and I came out here from New Orleans 10 years ago to play music, and I've been doing so ever since. Met Jay at Stilt House, where he bartends on Sunday, where I play every Sunday, and here we are.
I think you guys remember episode, what was it, 3 or 4? I think it was 4.
4.
I think it was 4. We had that extra long intro with the acoustic guitar player and the trumpet player. That
Playing
was
into
the guy on the guitar singing his ass off was this guy right here, so you guys might recognize him. And of course, hopefully you guys remember our old friend Keith over here who was able to join us again. What's up, brother?
Hey, how you guys doing? Keith Simmons again. I'm actually glad to be here. That I was able to come, and this is a great topic for tonight. I'm actually getting my master's degree in mental clinical health counseling, so
Very cool.
glad I could sit here and add on.
Yeah.
Jealous. I get to do this stuff without the degree, and I feel like a charlatan. So I'm very proud of you. It's not too late, they say. I've always wanted to be a shrink. That was kind of, if I'm not going to be in entertainment, I wanted to be a shrink. But it's never too late. I thought about going, but it's a lot of years.
Yeah.
How many years have you gone through?
I actually only have less than a year to go.
Oh, that's awesome.
Awesome.
Is it 8 total or?
That's a long time.
It's a lot of
Wow.
school.
That's a lot of time. That's a lot of
Congratulations,
That's
man.
Thank you.
great.
Thank you.
Yeah, we were actually just talking before we started up the stream. Keith was sharing with me, and I hope you don't mind me
No,
going
go
into
ahead.
yourself a little bit, but he was talking about starting next year. He's going to start getting into his, I don't know how you phrase it, clinicals, your actual, your deep study, your coursework, your one-on-ones, your shadowing, all that fun stuff. So
Yeah.
it's going to start getting real intensive.
That's
for him.
awesome.
So
It'll be
it's good
real
stuff,
intense.
man.
And we need you right now. A lot going on with the
There's
pandemic.
always has been, and now it's,
Even more
really
so.
things start to come to the forefront, especially over the last really 18
2 years.
months,
Yeah,
2
yeah.
years, when people really got isolated and
Yeah.
got stuck with their sometimes individual they didn't want to be stuck in a house with
Yeah.
for a long period
Yep.
of time.
Oh yeah.
People don't know what to believe.
We can talk about
they don't
all
know what to, right now. There's a lot of misinformation,
Absolutely.
disinformation. So
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you guys couldn't probably guess from the occupations of a couple of our guests on the panel tonight, we really want to kind of take a bite into some of the surrounding topics with mental health. And you guys kind of hit it right on the head. The elephant in the room, obviously, is the COVID situation, right? You lock people down for a year and a half, 2 years, when they're already not in the greatest mental state. Things start getting exasperated. Add on top of that financial stress, family members being sick or not sick, elemental burdens from the surrounding people in your neighborhood communities, all the other nonsense that comes with that
Bills.
big bad word COVID, right?
Bills.
Everything, economic
Yeah.
shit, everything. It becomes even more heightened, right? I don't want to spend a whole lot of time chat on my specific thing, but what prompted this topic for me, just so you guys got kind of know where I'm coming from, is I had a friend, a coach, a mentor, somebody that I looked up to for a very long time, commit suicide on Friday. For the sake of the topic and being able to discuss it freely, I'm not going to mention by name specifically, but those of you that know me, I've been posting about it on my personal page and stuff. But there was a lot of feelings, even just in this short amount of time, surrounding that. When it comes to being able to empathize with maybe what that person was going through versus being somebody on the outside that's left behind and affected, and all the different feelings that surround that. You know what I mean? Talking to different people that were affected and seeing how differently they were affected versus me. And again, knowing the person personally, having some type of idea of what might have been going on in their mind, and maybe investigating that and what that might be like. So there's a lot of different layers to all of that. But the overarching kind of thing that I think we can obviously talk to with our expert panel here, if we can call them experts, right? Is the fact that all of this really, whether you want to, analyze chemical imbalances and all that stuff, talk about societal influences, basically, I think hopefully we can all, and we don't have to, but I think we can all agree, a lot of the times when stuff like this presents itself, it becomes a symptom of a much deeper seated problem, which usually is some type of mental illness.
well, yeah.
I don't know, I've known a lot of people that have taken their own life. I'm sure we all have.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It seems more normalized as we've gone forward in the years. And I'm mid-30s, and when I was in high school, 26 kids in the same class overdosed on heroin in Plano, in
26?
in a semester. So that was
Where are
the
you from?
90s, Plano, Texas. That was
Plano. Oh,
Plano,
okay.
Texas.
That's a lot.
A ton, and it's.
Is that Jeffrey Dahmer territory? Or is that somewhere else?
I think that was somewhere
Okay.
else. But I don't
That's
know.
probably close.
They're not. Yeah, Waco.
Oh, yeah, Waco.
Yeah, Waco.
Waco, that's what I was
Waco.
thinking.
Yeah, no,
That's,
that's
Dave
it's
Koresh.
it's pretty far away, but it's
Plano, Waco.
Yeah, Plano.
I was thinking Waco too.
Plano's more known for that because of L.A. Rich kids, lots of money.
Well, I grew up in Chicago, though.
Anything to do.
So we had a lot of. I
Drugs
see what
as
you're
well,
saying, man. Like 8th graders were doing heroin where I was from.
That sounds
Yeah.
like a bad batch
Middle
of drugs
class
at
suburbs.
26.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Predominantly white, middle-aged suburbs.
Yes.
Lots of heroin and
Yeah.
bad.
It's exactly what Plano
Yeah.
is.
I think it's
And,
tied to a lot of drugs, honestly, but I think the drugs have an impact on the mental health as well. So it's like a big vicious cycle.
And I think part of the allure to somebody actually taking their own life is the ease that they feel in doing it. It's not easy to do, but they feel that that's the only way to stop their pain. And like nobody else is there to help them, and that's just not true. You know, that's what that's the whole mental health and reaching out and knowing that there's places to go and people to talk to. And you never know, just walking down the street, someone could be having a bad day and wanting to kill themselves, and you could smile at them and
Absolutely.
say, hope you're having a great day, and that person turns around and decides not to do it. And you never know.
That's why I say to all these people who are so petty, you didn't call me back. Like, dude, my mom died. Somebody committed suicide. Like, get over yourself. Like, stop it, people. Stop it.
Yes.
We're oversaturated. Like, God, overstimulated with Facebook and Twitter and texts and Instagram and faxes and whatever else. God, just leave us alone for a second. You know, it's like we gotta. And I think I'm glad I brought that up because I wanted to earlier. Social media can feel very overwhelming. It's like
absolutely.
the have and the have-nots, and people are putting on this front, and people are like, oh God, I don't have this, I don't have that, and it's flaunted in their face, and who knows? But, and then I can speak on at least, I don't know anyone, I do know people, I have friends over the course of the years that have committed suicide. Nobody, luckily, and I feel horrible for you guys for experiencing this with people really close to you, but I haven't in that way. But I can speak on the art, like some artists in LA. I just think, and you can probably attest to this as well, Jason. People during COVID, when like it's the artists that when you are taking away the stage and the outlet, the creative outlets, the music,
The lifestyle, everything.
and just everything, and that's what was saving people their whole lives.
Yeah.
People that are coming from broken homes or maybe were unstable from the start. Like maybe that was all like the Robin Williams. It's just these beautiful souls and artists that's all they had, and that's how they kept going. And then it was taken away, and God, it was just so hopeless. And
the most damaged people are the ones that are entertaining. You know, we're just trying to escape from the inner turmoil. You know.
Yeah, I was just saying, it's like I like to entertain. You know, the mask, the laughter. It's always been like a defense mechanism for me, and it's not phony. Like I love to laugh, and I think everything's fucking hilarious. And I know I can be funny, but that's the thing. I entertain others to distract from my own pain sometimes.
And that's real.
Keith, you want to go back up to Zach's comment at the top of the screen and get us caught up there? We appreciate you guys engaging in the chat. Justin, thank you as always for chiming in there where we might have missed that one, but back up towards the top there. It's on the screen if you can't see it over on yours there.
There we go.
That's right.
Right
I've
at the
been by
top.
myself.
Yep.
Here, I've been by myself. I've been there myself. I've gotten better. Still not where I want to be though, but working on it. And Zach, I don't think none of us are where we want to be yet in life. And at least any of us sitting at this table.
Well,
or
I mean,
anybody
everything
on the-
changes. You know, you could be where you want one moment, and then something can change.
When things feel so, I'm so sorry. When things seem so hopeless, I just know that God, if things are feeling so down and just the next day, things can change. Things can change so rapidly in
the
your
moment.
life, and you just have to just give it a chance. Give life a chance, because it can change for the better like so fast. Just you got to put that energy forward.
Just like things can go to crap, things can go good.
Yeah, is that one thing, you're working on yourself, which is great. The other thing is just know there's people out there that love you, want you to be better, and want to help you. I know I talked about it a little bit before. It's like, sometimes you got to take some people out of your life that aren't there for you. And if you have 25 people that you consider your friends or your big circle, I know I said this before, but, is it truly you have 25 friends or you have 25 acquaintances? You might really, from that group, only have 5 people that truly you can talk to, confide in, and be there for you, that aren't going to truly judge you. They're just going to love you for who you are. And those are the people that truly are going to help you, be there for you, and lift you up. And
not
those
the
are
party
people-
friends. Not saying you party, but I do, and I have. And not the party friends. You want the quality, not the quantity.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So true.
And Zach, that's great news, brother. I hope you hear back. If we scroll back up there a little bit, Zach had an interview the other day to become a case manager for the veterans who battle dark places and homelessness.
Oh, wow.
And he's super stoked, and he should find out this week. So Zach,
Awesome.
I really
Good
hope you
luck.
get that,
Good luck,
man. They it sounds like they
Applaud
could
that.
probably
That's
really
very good.
use you, brother.
Yeah.
So keep it up, man. Absolutely. And Justin, we always appreciate you. You guys always supporting each other, man, for sure. So kind of getting back to what we were talking about with what you guys have seen, and I know you're still kind of going through the school portion of it, and you're actually seeing people from what's happening right now. Like, what do you guys? I know, obviously, again, like we talked about before, COVID kind of exasperated a lot of things that were already going on. But what do you guys see as? I know it's hard to identify. Maybe a parallel between people that are making that sudden shift from maybe a functional depressive to taking their own life?
Well, personally, I think it's when they've given up and stopped making an effort. Like, if you want to get out of depression, you have to start like getting yourself out of the room. You have to start like working out. You have to start, being around happy people, the 5 that are really there, not the 20 acquaintances. I think what happens is like giving in to the darkness, and then you just feel like you're all alone. I think that's the part that where, just being away from people who care, I guess,
And one thing that's big is to set realistic expectations for yourself. Don't go out and I can be like, hey, I should be playing in the NFL.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh that hard.
I'm 47 years old. I'm not playing in the NFL.
You're not Tom Brady.
These days you
Not
can.
Tom Brady. That time
You guys,
is
these days
come
you
and
can.
gone.
Everyone should be able to play for the NFL.
But you have to be realistic with, I'm not going to go out, and, none of us are going to go out tomorrow and, do some great, we can do great things, but you're not going to all of a sudden have these certain things. Like, you're not going to be out tomorrow and be Superman. That's just not going to happen. So set realistic expectations for yourself. And when you're looking at setting your goals, like truly set realistic goals for yourself. So don't set goals like,
It's a ladder. It's
right.
a ladder.
So,
Smart goals.
And very smart goals, very obtainable things that you can measure. And when you're trying to bring yourself out of a bad place, little baby steps are very important. So, like, if you just look at the point, like if you were coming out of depression and you were not leaving your room, or you were not leaving the house, or you weren't talking to anybody, like, to make that next step is like, okay, I actually got dressed today. That's a goal. Like, you
Yeah,
did
give yourself
something.
a sticker.
I
do.
Accomplished that, and then the next time you're like, all right, I got out, I got dressed, I made myself this, or I did. But it's like little things along the way that you do that's going to steamroll and build up your self-esteem. And guess what? You might take a step back. Something might happen where you might take a step back one day. But guess what? That was just one day. That was just one moment. You can build yourself back up again. Don't beat yourself up, because everybody's going to fall. Everyone's going to fail. But it's just knowing that you have that support and knowing that you can actually do these things and just set realistic expectations for yourself.
Very good.
I can tell you that especially there's a lot of streamers that consider themselves part of the entertainment world, and COVID was a really weird time for streaming because it bumped all the views up because everybody was sitting at home and not able to travel. So they had nothing to do other than stare at their phones or their computers or their TVs.
Virtual meetings.
And so everybody's numbers got virtually inflated.
Yeah.
With people that were consuming that content while they could. But now that the real world is catching back up and we can't give away everything for free forever, unfortunately. It's put a very big damper on a lot of content creators because they compare, even down to the smallest content creator, they compare themselves to the biggest content creator that's been doing it for 10 years. It's an unrealistic, comparison. You haven't been doing it for 2 years or 10 years. You've been doing it for a year. You haven't built that community. You weren't there from the beginning. Like you weren't the highlight, the spotlight for a lot of these platforms. And
it kind of goes to that the allegory of the glacier. You see just the peak above the water. You don't see all of the foundation that it took to make that thing stick up out of the water, right?
Yeah, you're right.
You see the athlete winning the championship.
Yeah.
You see the Tom Brady getting that $15 million Super Bowl, go Bucks.
You don't see them sit on the bench for years.
You don't see all the work that it took to get there. You don't see the off-season work. Well, with him, you might actually now,
Right,
but
yeah.
in those situations, you don't see these guys missing special events with their kids. You don't see the extra workouts, the all the crap that they have to do to get to that point. And I think that you're hitting that right on the head. You kind of mentioned it before with social media, where we automatically start comparing ourselves to an unrealistic standard that not only is it unrealistic, it's non-existent. Like, it's not real. How many selfies do people take before they post the right one?
Oh, God. You should see my bloopers. I share them, though. I'm real like that. I share my bloopers sometimes.
That's good for you. But that's the idea, right? And they're creating this mystique of an issue or of a person that's not real. And then by comparison, whether you know it or not, psychologically, we're trying to measure ourselves to that stick that's not real.
The thing is, people slow it down a little bit and just be patient, because like everybody wants to be a star immediately. Like when I started writing music, I'm gonna make it next year. I'm gonna keep pushing hard. All this stuff. Like no, I'm still just doing what I do. And it just takes time. And in my mind, I have made it in my own ways, but like it's really just about taking steps and enjoying the ride. It's enjoying the ride. Don't just think about the destination.
I think he touched on something really important there, though, is that like you're happy with where you are right
Very.
now.
I mean, you guys. I wouldn't have. Otherwise.
That's a big key, is being happy with with not being where you really want to be, but you're able to survive and live and do something that you love to do at the same time.
On the same page, I am where I want to be. I'm just still going where I need to be.
But you're not down on yourself because you're not there yet.
What's up, Zach? I appreciate you, bro.
I used to not be though. I used to be really hard on myself, and I would look at my peers, my other musicians, like, why are they playing that show? Well, why is this? I'm like, well, look at what I have, and they don't have it, and we all have our things.
I write about gratitude all the time because it brings you more abundance if you appreciate what you have yourself. You may think that you want something else from it, and like Jason. Sorry to bring this up, if you don't mind, but like Jason lost his mother to cancer, and then I'm complaining. I'm like, oh, my mom bothering me. No, I love my mother to death, but I'll be like, oh, my mom.
Normal stuff.
Silly. And then I'm just like, oh, but this guy, he would kill to have those moments with his mom.
Yep.
So it's like, we got to.
It's true.
Perspective.
We all have, we all got to, we all kind of have the yin and yang. We can balance each other and help
each other. And that's a damn good point. Actually, I bring it up to people all the time. I'm like, hey, call your mom back. I know she pissed you off, but she's supposed to piss you off. She's telling you don't want to hear. You don't want to hear the truth, and she's telling you the truth. Call her back.
I saw the interesting quote the other day that said, "Everything that you're complaining about, someone wishes they had."
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. I was like, that is powerful. It's like it's real powerful. I'm like, it was selfish because it's funny. Me and my sister always call it first world problems.
Right.
So you have little first world problems that you're going through. Like I literally sorry, but I'm literally our golf cart died. That was that's a true. It's like really that's the worst thing that happened.
That's why you gotta laugh through those.
It's an
moments.
inconvenience.
It's right, but I'm like, how many people would like to be in
die.
a part where they can afford to have a golf cart?
Yeah.
Have that. That
most people haven't even ridden on a golf cart.
Yeah. So I'm like,
and that's an important thing to remember on the other side of the coin too. When I try to align myself with maybe what the thought process was with this person, knowing where they came from, the type of strength that they've displayed before, it might be very similar, right? Where, hey, one man's trash is another man's treasure, right? Like, appreciate your mom. You don't know what you're missing. Yeah. At the same point, I may be taking my strength for granted, right?
Yeah.
I could easily say, how the fuck is that bothering you? Like, why? How is that a thing to you? Because to me, it easily just washes off my back.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's important to keep that same amount of perspective in mind and realize, hey, they might not have the spiritual vitamins or strength to deal with this in the same way.
Right.
And it's really important, I think, especially when we start getting spun up, to try and refilter other people through that lens, because it gets lost real easily.
Super easy.
No, go ahead.
I say, but everyone kind of has that breaking point, and you never know truly what it's going to be, what it can be. Like for me, it was probably really I've had several things that really could have taken me over the edge, and then probably about 2.5 years ago, I literally Amber and I were laying in bed and we're talking, and I just started bawling, crying. Like, I was
You needed
just
to.
so much
Yeah.
stress and everything.
Men,
A lot
it's
of it-
okay to cry. Men
like,
and
a lot of it
women,
was
it's
me.
okay.
Like,
Very
I put
necessary.
the stress on myself, and I wasn't, truly leaning on my partner who wanted to help.
Yeah.
But then, we talked, and we talked to the boys. We're like, listen, we went to the beach that day and just kind of sat down as a family and came up with a plan.
beautiful.
We're like, so we had to
Yeah.
do something better. So it's just like, these are just things that, you gotta be able to communicate and not be afraid to ask for help. That's huge.
Just
Like,
to touch up what you just said is like sometimes you have to break in order to build it back up, and that's a perfect example. People are afraid to break, and it's like break around the ones you love, and then all come together, have a beach day, and plant. That's just golden. That's
You
a
gave
perfect.
me such a good visual with that.
Yeah, it's wonderful. That's a wonderful point, actually.
But it's
Yeah,
one-
get outside, people. Stop. Don't just, it's not over, but
It's
don't be
over.
cooped up in your. All right.
It's not going
Well,
anywhere.
again, and we won't go off on this, but it did produce so much fear.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just me going from LA, and we
Solid.
won't get political, of course, but me going from LA to Florida, I was going through chemo during the lockdown.
Oh, that's
and I was
great.
like, I remember my husband went to CVS, and I was about to cut his balls off. I'm like, you went to a store? Like, because it was
Who'd
a
you
mask
see?
on. No, but I mean, like, because we were in like when
Oh,
things just
okay.
first started happening.
Yeah.
Don't go to store. Don't
Yeah.
go anywhere. And then I go to Florida, and everyone's like, my mom throws a party because I beat cancer, and all these people hugging me, and I'm like, ah! It's like this.
And you're okay.
It was
Right, and you're fine.
It's true, though.
yeah, it was just the fear that I felt there was, no matter what side you're on, there's so much fear in certain areas. I've traveled the whole country, and I know people make fun of me
And I
because
know we
use my
got.
hands.
I know we got to get caught up on these chats, but I wanted to talk about something real quick that you guys had all kind of mentioned. Also, the same side of that coin where we talk about fortitude and being able to deal with stuff. We kind of talked about it. I think it was either last week or the week before, where a lot of times. It might have been our free will episode. If you guys haven't watched that one, check that one out. Well, we were discussing whether or not these obstacles were ultimately a benefit, and I truly believe that they are.
You can make it, yeah.
Absolutely. It's and to what you guys were talking about, breaking down, right? Like if you're working out, if anybody lifts weights or runs, what are you constantly doing to build your muscle? You're destroying it.
yeah.
You're tearing it down fiber by fiber. You're ripping it to pieces and allowing it to come back
No
stronger.
pain, no
right?
gain.
No pain, no gain. How do diamonds get made? Immense amount of heat and pressure.
Pressure,
right?
yeah.
Hold on, and what it's doing for your serotonin levels. You guys walk, get out, do something because
have
it
to.
really the boost
And
that it
stay
gives
off
your
the drugs.
Vitamin
I
D.
know.
Vitamin D is.
If you
Is a real
think
thing.
if you think you need help and you're feeling unstable and you want to maybe try meds, or I always just say to all my friends, I'm like, you guys try the basics first. Sleep, eat healthy, frequent meals, work out. I promise you, 75% of these people who try these things won't need.
We got to start catching up on some of these chats. You want to go? Either one of you start up at the top with Zach.
All right.
And we'll start catching up. We appreciate you guys. Sorry we're getting long-winded here, but we'll catch up here.
I love it.
Me long-winded? Never.
Like I said, I'm still battling depression, but one thing I've learned is to swallow pride. Yeah, I lost my job due to a company shutting the doors. Then I got back on my feet. There you go. Thank you, my eyes. Got back on my feet. Get a new job. Then COVID hit. Lost the job again. Lost the job 3 times during COVID, and I didn't know where to go. I was that guy in the room. Didn't come out. Lost my house, lost my car, family, lost friends. Finally, one day, I told myself, get better. And how I did that was find something I love and keep my mind occupied. Very good. I golf a lot when I have money to spare, and it's crazy when I'm golfing. I think of nothing bad or dark. As is a little beauty spot, a little safe spot. I just think that I just think about my golf round. And just being myself, I quit just being in my room and being down. I still struggle every day. Some days are good, some days are bad, but I find something, but find something you love, and that's what's helping me.
Zach, I think you should try to find a job at a golf course.
That's
yes.
a great idea. That's
If
a
that
great
makes you
idea.
so happy, that was so touching. Seriously.
Even if it's a part-time job, just be around it.
yeah. Yeah.
Zach, you found stillness, brother. You're present. When you're swinging your golf club, you are wholly invested in that swing, and you're not paying attention to the backstory. You're not invested in what's happening next. You're fully dialed into that swing, and it allows for that space, for that freedom. That's where that breath comes in, man. That's why you can take such a deep breath and find that relief while you're doing it.
And the beautiful scenery, and there's just all the
it's
walking and
very
just
calming
relaxing.
and surreal.
It's like
Fully
the
engaged.
resort vibe, you know?
Absolutely.
Justin, I just recently started to come back around since my dad passed away last year. It's been a rough road, and I'm happy to have the people I do by my side to help. There's a lot I can get into, but it's only so long of a show. Justin, we know. We know. We love you, buddy.
But I will say this, guys, just know you have a great support system out there. Your family and friends, they'll be there for you. If you truly, if you lean on them, they will truly be there. And you don't know what they're going through, too. You could be helping them. You guys could be helping
some
each
people
other
hide it more
through that process.
Absolutely.
And there's so many resources out there, too, that are free. And a lot of companies offer the EAP, which is the Employee Assistance Program. So a lot of times you'll get like 3 to 5 free sessions just by calling that 800 number that your company has. And there's other free resources that are out there. I can give you some and you can post them.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And then a lot of times, even your insurance will cover, like so many insurances right now, if you have health insurance, will cover like sometimes 10, 20, 30 counseling sessions just because everyone sees the need for mental health because it has a lot to do with your physical health as well. So, it kind of coincides. It actually trickles down to your family, too.
Yeah.
So there's a lot behind that. So just because, you don't feel that, there's something out there, there's a lot of resources out there for it. I'll send some over to James so he can post some, but there's a lot of good resources out there. People are ready to talk to you. But you ever want to ping me or message me, I'm like, hey, I'll sit down and chat with you too.
Yeah. I think communication is key. I think if you hold it in, it can get stagnant, and I think the people around you can sense that and not want to be around you for that. Like, I've been depressed in the past through a breakup, and I keep it to myself, and I'm not the same me, and everybody around me just kind of like feels it, or if you kind of just creep it out by like bitching about it here and there, and they don't want to really just be completely open and communicate with and get it all the way out. You know what I mean? Because I find that if you half-ass it or hold it in, it becomes toxic.
Oh God,
It stagnates.
I can't hold
Yeah.
anything in.
Yeah.
And a big thing too, and that's what really starts to lead to depression and to people wanting to commit suicide is stress.
Yeah.
Like that, and that's what COVID really brought
stress
out.
makes-
The most.
Stress management.
Because now you're sitting there with your thoughts. You can't be by your family.
Sometimes you're with your family. That's even
Yeah,
more
yeah,
stressful.
Because Dad,
Yeah.
you lost your job, but so did I. So did so many. Not to diminish your situation, but you have solace to know that we all went through it. You know.
And there's little some people weren't really COVID for me. It was bittersweet because for me it was actually almost like a dream come true to an extent.
Well, in a lot of ways, yeah.
So I
worked.
I got to work from home. My kids were home with school.
Right.
My wife was home.
I
So
do like
we
this
were
remote
we were
model.
all in the house together. It was great. We were
Yeah.
wake up stupid stuff to do and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, and we were doing bike rides and
I know,
stuff together. It was
I cooked.
a little
I had time to
vacation.
cook for
Yeah.
the first time.
and we had more time. That was one thing. Everything stopped. So sports, volunteer work, all the extracurriculars we were doing stopped. So we actually got a chance to truly enjoy our lives and be a family.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was one of those things where and then how many people truly probably during that time reached out to people they hadn't reached out to in a long time.
A lot.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people did.
Because they were home. You knew they were going to be home. There was nothing else they could do.
Everything stopped.
Yeah, but you made that time to interact with that person. Now that things kind of got up and running, we've missed that. We've kind of gotten back into that, that rut that we were in before.
Oh, yeah.
But now it's this is when we truly need to get back because how many people were like, oh, I haven't talked to that person in so long. It's oh, it was so good to hear from them. So good to find out how they're doing. You see stuff on Facebook and Instagram. You see the best of the best.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
see
yeah,
that
yeah.
best. But when you reach out to that person, talk to that person, communicate with them, not just text, but talking. We were doing Zooms and all these weird, game nights and all this kind of stuff with your friends, virtual happy hours.
Looking for things
all
to
this
do.
stuff.
Yeah.
You were but it was doing it with people you hadn't seen. I had a virtual graduation party.
It's like,
It got a little out of
imagine
control.
doing that when things
We
were
had
normal.
virtual birthday
Just-
parties.
You wouldn't think to do it.
But it was but you got a chance to see and communicate with people that you didn't. And it was just knowing that other person was there and they care. That's huge. It was just for, just reaching out. They're like, hey man, I'm here for you. You know, hey man, just so how's it going? And sometimes nonsense conversations, sometimes are the best ones.
Right.
Yep.
Just
I know.
talking about
Yeah.
nothing. Doesn't have to
Shooting the shit is
Yeah.
what they call it.
It doesn't have to be about work or kids. No, you can just BS about the game or, your golf, you can be like, oh man, I just saw this new club that was out, just random stuff with people, and that can break the tension, and it's like, you don't know, that could be what that person needs.
Yeah.
And when bad things happen,
Distraction.
when bad things happen to you, I just want to share this because this is like pretty. Like I was diagnosed with breast cancer on my 40th birthday. I know. But I wasn't like, oh, woe is me. I pounded a few White Claws, went to Madonna at the Wiltern, and just celebrated my life. And I knew it was going to be a gift in the end. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get through it. And then I come to Florida. I wind up spending more time with my family. And because of COVID and cancer, I wind up with spending more time with my mother. And then I find her melanoma that was on top of her head.
No.
So if I wouldn't have, I was lost running around La La Land, covering red carpets, being shallow, partying on Sunset Strip, juggling my life. Nobody would have found that. It was like under her hair, and I'm like a psycho, I'm very observant, and I found it, and I knew what it was, and she would have been dead in like 6 months.
I didn't know that.
So-
That's actually really cool.
Yeah, you never know. Just trust the path. Yes, ask for help when things are really down, but
That's a hard
sometimes
thing to
it'll
do.
wind up being a gift when you have these bad things happen to you.
Yeah, Zach, I love you said the best thing you did was get a counselor. She helped a lot. So I don't know if you're being serious or being sarcastic with that LOL.
Maybe she was cute or something.
Now, the real question is, how much did you pay the counselor?
Yeah.
But there's even I know counselors who actually go to counselors just because they need someone to talk to.
They take everybody else's stress on.
Yeah.
My
so
girl
it's
was like, honey, we are not friends. Stop. She's so
Stop
fun,
calling
though.
me.
Call me in office hours. Call me in business hours.
She was
Stop
so
texting
fun,
me.
though.
You're crazy.
But one thing, just to kind of circle back real quick, I know we're
Sorry.
But we were kind of going back, with suicide and that kind of stuff, and just talking about. It's like so many people, the people that are left behind. A lot of times they blame themselves.
Yeah.
Like, what could I have done?
Oh, absolutely.
They're second guessing everything. Oh, if I only would have done this, only would have done that. And the only thing you can do is take that and try to do something positive with it. Take what happened and make sure you're doing positive things with it. Make sure you're reaching out to that person. You're like, you know what? Talk to that person.
Yeah.
Open up with that person.
Instigate
Random
it.
people. Just
Initiate,
make sure
rather.
you're having those conversations with people and just being there for people. That's the biggest thing that people need and want is for someone to just be there for them and know that they care.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
You gotta remember, when you're a kid, just think like this. When you're a little kid, what's the biggest, if you stub your toe and you're just learning how to walk or crawl, what do you want? You just want you just want someone to be there to hold you, make you feel better. And so as you get bigger,
Kiss
and you,
my toe.
but when you have when you miss that, and that's what kind of we were going to talk a little bit deeper. But when you miss that as a child,
Right.
and then you miss that influence in your life, you're always kind of reaching for that even more and more and more than you did before.
Yeah.
So if you if you don't have that influence in your life, that someone that you knew that you could be like, oh, if I hurt myself, I can reach here. I hurt myself. I can
You have that void.
when you don't
anywhere
have
to
that,
turn.
you're always reaching for it, and then you're going to start to put up more walls.
Yeah.
And the walls you're going to put up, you're always going to be like, I'm not telling them that. Oh, they'll think I'm weak. They'll think I'm this. They'll think I'm that. And those are the people a lot of time that truly need the most help.
Yeah.
And truly are the ones that are like, when you see the person that's always usually oh, I got my stuff together.
Yeah.
I'm rigid. I'm this,
I'm
that.
fine. We were just talking about
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Those are usually the main people that are the most broken, hurting, that truly just if you sit down and talk to them, I guarantee you they'll tell you a story and you'll probably just start crying and want to hug them anyway.
Yeah.
Because there's something that's missing. There's something that they want, and it's that's what's so big, and that's what people really want. They just want someone to be there for them.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think we all just want someone to be there for
Depression
us.
hides
For the
behind a
most part.
smile, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and being there, like you said, is super important, man. That's one of the bigger things, and I'll shed just like I said, I don't want to focus on me specifically, but that's something that, you talk about guilt and all that stuff. That's one of those things, man. It's being there for other people, not just reaching out when they come across your mind, but picking up when they reach out. You know what I mean? Responding to a text.
Or reach to them, like if you see like a post or something that looks kind of dark, be like, hey, I'm right here. What's up? Let's talk about that.
See, the creepy thing about that is, like, social media is, I'm not disagreeing with you by any means.
No, I know exactly
But
what you
social
mean
media is a whole different animal, man. I think people chase clout and want attention. That's a little...
Well, certain
for me,
people, yeah, 100%. There's some people that I know are really strong, and when they kind of like
absolutely.
yelp,
It's a complete different thing from their character.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And ignoring that cry for help, it can be troublesome mentally. But then you start chasing your tail, and you get into the catch-22 game. Well, you know, how many times have we answered the cry wolf call?
Yeah.
Well, you know, and again, it comes layers. But it's super, I think, the biggest takeaway from all that, like you said, everybody kind of hit on collectively.
Yeah.
Just be there. Be somebody that you know or love or maybe barely know can talk to. I've had, and it's not a pat on the back, but during the pandemic, we started, I think we mentioned it before, but our satsang sessions where we basically just kind of got together and sat, and the idea of satsang is just people collectively getting together in truth and discussing truth in a collective vibration. And they evolved into philosophical discussions, and then essentially they really kind of became like a group therapy. It started with philosophy, and then it got into our feelings about said philosophy, and then by the end of these sessions, like it was literally like a share circle group therapy session, and it became that because I think people needed it. Like you guys said, everybody's lacking that physical interaction, that physical contact, that somebody that cares that they maybe get to see on the regular. They're in their house, they don't get that. Now it's all going inside, and like you said before, it starts festering, right?
And even if you don't want to do actual like therapy. Like I grew up doing acting and improv, and like God, you just like it reminded me of the share circle. You're doing silly games, and you're just you break down these barriers, and then by the end of like even one class, you feel like these people are just like your soulmates. You're like family, and you get so close. Breaking down those walls and just being silly together, and you know, and
That's
trusting everyone trusts
and
each
bands.
other. Yeah, exactly, same. Oh, I want to bring up. I think this is really important. If I can bring up something real quick.
100%.
So I like I said, I don't have anyone like extremely close to me that has committed suicide, but I have. We were talking about the boy who cried wolf type thing. This is a situation I've been in a few times, and it's terrorizing.
Literally terrorizing.
When you're going through a breakup. I've had men threaten suicide if I leave them, and it's one of the biggest mind fucks on earth. Like
my sister, which I'm not gonna go too much, but you and her could probably have a good conversation about all of that.
Yeah.
Right now, so
it's
it's a lot, and
it is a lot,
and it goes both ways. I think on either side of that. Trying to...
But it's like, how do you know? How do you know when to take someone seriously?
It's like, desperation.
You
don't. You don't. Power They're going to do it.
Yeah.
They're
It's like emotional
hostage.
hostage. It's being held hostage emotionally.
But it's also one of those things, too, where you kind of got to, the person. And if you truly feel that person's going to do harm to themselves, you need to make the call.
You
need to make the phone call to the police or whoever and say, hey, I don't know if he's going to do it or not, but,
And even if he tells you he's not going to do it, this is what he's telling me.
Yeah, I always have contacted, like, the best friend or whatever. But it's shaken me up so much, I thought I was going to have a heart attack. I was actually in front of Cedars-Sinai Hospital about to check myself into, like, emergency because I thought I was going to, like, die. Like, because I was having a panic attack. Because if somebody would have taken their life because of me, like, I don't know if I would have survived that.
They want to do things to hurt the other person.
Yeah.
And they think that taking their own life is like the ultimate pain to inflict the most mental damage that they can on the other person. It's not fair. It's just, it comes down to it's not fair. And nothing in life is fair. But
you also have to look at kind of what drove that person to get to that point.
It could be real.
So, a lot of times you do have, if someone's threatening to do something like that, even if there's nothing behind the threat, but to use those words that I'm going to kill myself, something got that person there.
It's
That's
crying.
just not something that you just normally just come out and start saying.
Yeah.
So something got that person there. So there's something
I
that
think the thought of the void of losing what you perceive as love and like the person there with you every day that you think you're going to spend the rest of your life with, and thinking that that's going to be gone is like.
But I could have had like abandonment issues in the
Yeah.
past,
Big time,
or,
Yeah.
didn't have, their mom might have left them, and they were there, so they're always looking for. Every time a woman's gonna leave them, that's all they think about. My mom abandoned me.
Yeah.
So that's what they think of. So that's exactly. That's their triggers. Now they're like, oh my god. So
They'll try any tactic
in order to get this woman to stay with me, I'm telling her to kill myself. Like that's I was a
messed
kid.
up.
I didn't know what else to do. So my mom
That
left.
worked. Yeah.
So now in order to get somebody to stay with me, I got to tell them that. So it's like there's always something
playing
that
on
goes
emotions.
back to how that person got there. Everyone has that story. Everyone has
yeah.
a journey. So, but not every time isn't a case where it's just an idle threat. But a lot of they got there for a reason.
Yeah.
And even that they're there, they're still, you might feel like they could have cried wolf 4 times.
Yeah.
But you don't know that 5th time if it's really.
Yeah, you never know what happened.
Right.
I know a few people actually that have been that way, and they would always talk about it on Facebook, and then people would just get jaded. They're like, all right, so-and-so, come on, like, you're doing this to us, blah, blah,
Right.
blah. And then one day they did it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, that's the stuff that really scares me, because it's like, there's half like, oh, what are you going to do if I do this? And then there's half like, I'm just going to do this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of living like this. So, like, it's really hard to read those situations. And at that point, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know how to handle that at that point. Like,
There's nothing.
Call a professional.
Something like you can call somebody and they can go and do a wellness check and end up having to leave them there because they can't necessarily prove that they're going to hurt themselves or anything, or they act normal while the wellness check is going on, and so they can't take them because there are rules and regulations for all of this.
You can't big rat somebody at a
people
certain
have
age.
individual rights that, and trust me, I know this because I watched it happen as well to somebody that was mentally unstable, and a family friend, my dad's fraternity college brother, lawyer, did all sorts of crazy stuff, spent all sorts of money in frivolous places, pissed everybody he could off in life to the point where they didn't want him to even be around.
Right.
And eventually, like, all I know is, he was dead in the house, in my house that he was renting from me, because of my dad or whatever, and he was in there for like 2 weeks. My old man walked in and found him in the bathtub, water still running. Like it was a crazy story, for.
You got little ones, right?
I'm gonna
okay.
I'm gonna run back and catch up on some of these chats. You guys are super active and we appreciate you. I want to throw another angle at you guys after we get caught up on these though. In terms
I like the
of,
talking stick, Justin. With the
what
we
we're
should all
talking
sit in a big circle with a talking stick. The way we all can get everything out. Yes.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Coming all the way back up here. I'm gonna scroll over Justin talking crap about Call of Duty to Girl Dad. You guys can save that for the game stream, bro. I appreciate you though, Justin. Scott, it was lovely to meet you, and Mrs. Sake, pleasure. Tonica Jenkins and Jill, lovely. Thank you guys for joining us. You guys were just talking crap about Call of Duty.
Well, I mean, you mentally raised from the competition, so sometimes you get upset.
Justin,
Resonating.
I know you're being a smartass here, Justin, but I'm gonna agree with it. Even though I know you're being a smartass, it is okay to cry. Cotex be damned. You got to get that shit out, dude.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you turn into a time bomb. I used to have severe anger issues. You got to get that shit out.
Oh, yeah, dude.
The cycle has to happen.
How did you deal with that?
I found
Did you go
jujitsu
to-
and meditation.
Oh, okay, great.
Jiu-jitsu, so is that what
Yeah,
that's
that's-
awesome.
Jujitsu and meditation.
And actually, who had anger problems was going to do that, and he didn't. It was a good plan.
There you go. Killer Watson, appreciate you, brother. Zach, Girl Dad looks like a porn star in his shades and half mullet. He just walked out of the room, but he definitely needs a haircut. I am not going to say you're wrong on that one. Nobody likes to run. Killer Watts, that's just you because you're fat. The 150 Tater Champ, appreciate you. I wanted to get back to this. Tracy D, finding something that you love to do or a place you can visit that calms can really help quiet your internal dialogue when it gets too loud. That is clutch. That internal dialogue can be a real motherfucker.
Oh my.
Especially when you
So
realize that you're taught from basically inception that it's real and that it's you and that it's honest. That's the biggest lie.
The pain body.
The pain body, right? The
The
biggest
dark passenger, as the Dexter
misconception
fans will say.
is that it's honest all the time, right? Quieting that voice, I think, can be crucial in whatever way you can do it. And if you guys even want to expand on, we'll keep catching up on messages here as I scroll through. Maybe share a couple ways you guys quiet the voice down for yourselves in your day to day.
Frequency music. Listen to like 528 or 432 hertz, and just let it just resonate. Your body and your soul will like harmonize to it, and it just kind of like soothes you out. That's what I like to do a lot.
Yeah, some sort of like mantra. Like
Mm-hmm.
when I used to have panic attacks, and I think for the ladies out there, I didn't know because I started getting my own panic. Like I didn't know what panic attacks were, and then all of a sudden I was early 30s. I was like, holy shit! I was just coming off birth control after 16 years.
Oh, wow.
Oh, synthetic hormones. The doctors never tell you that when they're putting you on it at 16. So I was coming off of birth control, and I think that's what was doing
Yeah,
it.
it makes sense.
So So when I was having these like I've gone to the hospital as I
Thought you were
mentioned.
dying?
Yeah. So I had all these experiences, but that song, Safe and Sound, dun, 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 that cheesy
calmed you down?
song. Yeah, I'd be like, safe and sound, you're safe and sound. You just repeat it over and over and over again.
Became a
Make your-
mantra.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Well, I had
Exactly.
emotional issues as a kid, like, and I would cry in school until I was like in 3rd grade. And so like that song, "Don't Worry, Be Happy" for Bob McFarlane. Just every time I would hear it, I'm like, okay, life is good again, you know. And so music really is
Walking on
huge.
Sunshine. Who can be
Music,
upset
music.
during that
A
song?
big one, and I'll have to
Breathing.
I'll have to leave on this note. But it's come up with a self-care plan.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
truly sit down with yourself, your family, and come up with a self-care plan. And self-care, sometimes it's okay to be selfish because this is what you're not going to do anything that's destructive or anything like that where you need to be, I'm going to go out and do lines of coke and like all that kind of stuff.
Deal with the kids.
But like a true self-care plan, like say, like once a week, I need
Right.
this time just to, to
Yeah.
be by myself. I need to make sure, I have that 45 minutes from the time I come home from work
Me day.
to kind of detox so I can, don't tackle me as soon as I walk in the door.
Yeah.
I'll say hi, but I need that time just to kind of
15
detox
minutes.
from
It's,
my
it's an overstated
Yeah, yeah.
colloquialism, but you can't pour from an empty cup, right?
Yeah, no, it's true.
Right.
It's so damn true.
So truly, that's one of the biggest things that I do. Like my family, we have I have a self-care plan. Like I actually had to create one for
And
a
let
class.
them know
But I
what
had to
it
do, I
is.
could do it for a class in undergrad, and I saw so much, and I had to do a research paper on it too. But so many people that when you kind of interviewed them and talked to them and saw like why they were going through depression, why were they stressed, like it's because they just didn't know how to deal with it.
Right.
And they just were like, I try to put too much into my day. I don't like I get.
They
I
can't
don't-
say
I-
no is a
You need
big
a release
one.
valve.
Yeah, and they don't
I
have
can say
that.
no
So-
like a mofo.
so sometimes, waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning just so you have the house to yourself, so you don't, and I tell people this, and it's funny, and I finally got my wife to do it a little bit. I'm like, get off of social media. I say this as we're live streaming on Facebook, but
Yes.
don't get
Oh,
on,
the hypocrisy.
like, don't,
God. The screen time alerts give me anxiety on my
social
phone.
media will get you more depressed and more upset, and you're like, oh, I get on Facebook to relax.
Yeah, life is passing you by,
Because you're gonna see
including
some-
myself.
You're gonna see something that's either political or about somebody that's gonna upset you.
Yeah.
Or
Or
somebody-
the unattainable standard, right?
Right. They're like, oh,
You're right.
you're going through a bad day. You're like, oh, they said, oh, somebody just got a promotion. Are you effing
Right.
kidding me? Like,
Yeah,
what the
yeah,
hell?
yeah.
Yeah,
Or, you know,
what did he
Why
do
did
to
she
deserve it?
get this job?
Oh, you're like,
and I did.
Oh, your eyebrow game's fucked up. Why do I gotta look at this pretty bitch all day?
I know, and our inner
Yeah.
judgy monologue is going for
Oh,
it.
they're on a
100%
boat.
of
I'm
the
at
time.
work,
It's 100% of the time. It is social media keep me up at night. It's always like a thought from something.
I saw something. I
Yeah.
told your ass to go to
Yeah,
bed
it's
last
like,
night.
get your ass to bed.
Yes.
I try to perform my own sex
Sleep.
change operation.
Right?
Couldn't quite
Honestly,
pull it
guys,
off.
Not quite there.
I've
That
experimented
was
drugs and
funny, I did
alcohol. Lack of sleep is worse of a drug for
Oh
me
my
than
God.
any drug I've ever tried in my whole life.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't do
100%.
drugs, everybody. But
I mean, you mentioned it before, and we could probably do a whole episode on
sleep.
contributing factors to mental health, sleep, diet,
Yeah.
exercise, all that stuff in general.
it sounds so simple and basic.
I have
It
a
sounds
suggestion.
super simple,
key.
I have a
right?
suggestion I was thinking about with all this. We should actually, well, I'm talking ahead of myself, but maybe the Hideaway have a meeting like this and have people in the crowd that can ask questions straight up and like
love line, you guys.
that would be wonderful. I think.
So,
great.
Justin, I know
Oh my God, look at
you quieted yourself down, and we appreciate you, but it's very topical, so I wanted to throw that out there. But I think it was a little before when you had mentioned about your mom, but Justin shared, and man, props to you, and hopefully your father did as well. He's got stage 4 melanoma, so
Wow.
best energy and love we can give you, brother. Hopefully he gets through that strong. Zach, no, I'm being serious. He was really good talking about the therapist.
Okay, good.
Or the counselor, sorry. I just say LOL a lot. Actually, with my financial issues, she's given me free counseling for a while and still is, so I'm very thankful. Zach, that's awesome. That's somebody that you know is genuinely invested in helping you heal, dude. That's a beautiful thing,
My
man.
It's
girl
your
did
friend
as
or-
well during my
That's
treatment. She
very,
felt
very
bad taking money
nice.
from a cancer patient.
Like,
Don't
So I was like,
think counseling's
awesome.
expensive either. 'Cause
Yeah.
You can find
I had no shame.
inexpensive counselors that are very good. Like I have, like my friend of mine who works in the area. Like he'll actually do sessions for an hour for $30.
So chat,
For an hour.
be
'Cause
paying
he's like, I just
attention
wanna
to
be able
the
help people. He's
That's
like, I
awesome.
don't care.
to the
Well, you
comments
picked the
and
right
to the
job.
YouTube stream, because we're gonna put all these links up that these guys are mentioning. So hopefully, if anybody watches this video, it'll be in the drop down where you can actually get directly to some of these resources.
And I got to get out because we're talking about self-care. So
Yeah,
this is part of
yeah,
my
you
Keith,
gotta-
we appreciate you,
I
man.
love
self-care
it.
plan.
You're awesome, man. It was a pleasure.
So nice
Very
to
nice
meet
meeting
Tell
you.
Amber we
It's
said
always
hello.
amazing having you as a guest.
Thank you.
And I'll see
Thank
you
you.
Sunday.
Goodbye, everyone. Yeah, I'll see you Sunday.
Keith,
I'll
love
be
you,
there.
brother.
Love you guys too. Take care.
Drive safe.
Absolutely.
Will
Thank
do.
you.
Justin,
Self-care.
self-care.
Going for my self-care now.
Self-care.
That's awesome.
So it's like,
Self-care.
Keith is gonna is gonna send me the links and things, and I'll post them right on the Girl Dad Gaming page.
Beautiful.
And I'll even do
Oh.
some other stuff that we'll talk
I'm gonna add
about.
some frequency
Drive safe.
meditation music onto the comments.
Heck yeah. Zach, still today, I don't want people to really know I need help, and it's sad. But Facebook helps with that. I don't know, I guess. I feel that the guilt you guys are talking about, I feel embarrassed to be stressed.
I understand that.
And sometimes I'll post a depression meme on Facebook, and it's unreal who all messages me and checks on me. That's a beautiful thing, bro. That's people that love you. Those are
Yeah.
homies checking
And
on
they're
you,
feeling
man.
it
That's a homie
too, I
checkup.
promise you.
Absolutely. And it made me realize that if I did off myself, people may actually be upset. And
Oh
it's
my God.
sad that I use Facebook to find out people care about me. Listen, dude, that's not sad at all. That's probably one of the best outcomes I've heard from somebody using Facebook in a depressing or a depressed situation. Like to
Usually
realize
it's the
that there's
opposite.
people, yeah.
Facebook
it normally
saved me
is the nail in
during
the
my
coffin
battle.
from what I hear, dude. Like that. I'm hearing myself. But dude, that's a beautiful thing, man. Don't poo-poo that at all. I would, Zach,
It's
tell
understandable,
everybody
but-
about that shit,
Yeah.
dude. Don't be embarrassed about it. Being strong and being on the other side
admirable.
of that is admirable as hell. And if anybody wants to crap on you for it, they're masking their own weakness.
And they're in a bad place.
Absolutely, they're masking their own weakness, for sure. And we're caught up with Justin. You were talking about this when we should all sit in a big circle with a talking stick. That way we can all get everything out. You got to share. I mean, we're all kind of getting to do it now, sitting around a microphone and talking to you guys in chat, and you guys are reacting and talking to us, and Frilo's popping off, sending you guys some Spotify. That's beautiful, baby. But
Yeah, where's the guitars?
you have to. Like, if you don't, like, the cycle has to happen. You got to share, whether it's with a talking stick or a vape pen or a wooden table. It doesn't really matter. Like, having those people, those like frequencies around you to share with, to open yourself up
Huge.
to, is huge. Jay Free talked about it at the beginning. If he was upset about where he was the first time we met, we wouldn't be sitting here doing a podcast right now.
Right.
He came in ready to embrace the situation. He was open and ready to make a friend. And we fucking became homeboys that day.
Immediately,
And
yeah.
now we're doing this stuff. And
Exactly.
hopefully able to talk to and reach people, right? So if you're in that negative, downtrodden mindset all the time, you're maybe not open to see that opportunity. Same thing
She
you're
lights
talking
me up.
about, right?
She's such a light bringer, and like I'm glad that you guys get to meet her because like you just met. I'll vouch. you just met a great friend. Like,
Yeah.
this same thing. And that's everybody back at home. Like, it doesn't have to be at this level. Like, you just find your tribe, and like, not everybody's is gonna understand you, but the ones that do will, and just keep those people around closest. And, if something gets to you, they understand your language. Speak to them, It's a huge thing.
Absolutely. And when you're listening, we talked about this before too, listen to understand and not to respond. When somebody reaches out, let's say you are there to answer the text or respond to the phone call, we want to approach that conversation not from like, hey, I'm here to help you, and hey, I'm going to actively counsel, right? I mean, you might be a little different. I'm talking about the rest of us. But like,
Yeah.
I'm here to understand. I'm here to feel what you're going through and tell you that I'm here, and that's it. And if you want solutions and you want a strategy, then we can do that shit too. I'll rock with you,
Communicate,
Size.
though. Don't half-ass it.
Exactly.
Don't be like, I don't know what's wrong, blah, blah, blah. Because we're not mind readers all the time, I mean, we can read the frequency, but like communicate. Find the best way to say where it hurts. You know what I mean? Like, whatever it is, it's like just write it down. And I think if you get it out like that, it's like if you go to a doctor and you're like, it hurts like on this side of my body. It's like he's not going to know where to start. Show him where it hurts and just like focus on that. And the people around you pick up the ball and they'll slam dunk it. Like, this is what it is. This is how it is.
Take the assist.
And don't be afraid to open up to medical professionals. Everyone always laughs at me because I'm like, I tell them exactly how many drinks they're like, what? Because like my mother and like everyone in my family, like everyone's lying to doctors. I'm like, then why are you going in the first place?
Exactly.
How can they help you if they don't know? How can they deal with prevention and help you?
Right.
It's like
take
the
care of
person
yourself.
that cleans their house before the maid comes.
My mom.
I don't want the maid to know how dirty we are.
Oh
You
my
hired a
Why
maid.
she's here.
You hired a maid. She knows you're dirty.
That's hilarious. I love it. Let's let tidy up before the maid gets here.
Right?
You're going to cut her hours too? It's like-
Dakota James, we appreciate you chiming in. What's up, brother? And Dakota, I actually just passed 3 years sober, October 5. Hey, slow golf
easy.
clap. Congratulations, bro. That's huge.
It's really, really
huge, 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 huge. Keep it going, man. Keep it going. That is clutch. It is. She does.
cutest
She
little
does
voice.
look just like girl mom. So there was, I kind of mentioned it before and we got caught up on the chats here, but there was a different perspective I wanted to kind of throw to you guys. And I'm doing it again, Chad. I'm going on the woo stuff, but I've got an engaged audience here, so I don't think they're
Good.
going to mind too much. It's usually the bearded guy and the drunk guy on this side that I have to worry about. I find, and this is perspective, I'm not going to say it's a fact for everybody, but I find more often than not these extreme bouts of depression, these big spells and dips come with ego death, right? With the loss of identity.
Yeah.
It could be, I'll use you as an example. Maybe a physical beauty. Your ego may have been diminished, right? With the breast
chemo.
cancer.
With chemo.
I
right?
was just about to say sexual. I lost part of my sexual identity. going
Absolutely.
through all that
And that's a
stuff.
big
Yeah.
thing, right?
Hormone treatment.
about-
You're not feeling like you normally do.
It's
Yeah.
100%. Think about people go through a divorce, right? They lose the role of husband or wife. It causes this huge crash in their mindset. Or they lose, and in my case, I'm separated from my daughter's mom. I had to reduce the role of father. That was a big
Yeah, I know
thing.
that feeling.
That ego, that part of that ego dying off, from my perspective, is what people. I'm sorry, the attachment to that part that's falling off
Your identity.
is what causes people to kind of go down along with
It's the feeling
identity.
of home, like your
Absolutely.
comfort. Like even on the level of the pandemic, like I lost my identity because who I am is my everyday go to shows, blah, blah, play my music. When I didn't have that, I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Like, what am I doing here? I'm sitting here looking at a TV, and like looking at TV, like our computer screen. Like it's a huge thing. It really is. Like the death of an ego, you said basically.
Ego death, man. But ultimately, and I'd like to hear some more from your experience too. But ego death, right? Like. But ultimately, you realize, because you're here still, right, that even after all that stuff happened and you allowed for the process and you grieved maybe that part of yourself that wasn't there any longer, you realize there's still something there.
Yeah.
And as we continue to refine and let those layers kind of shave and fall off, you ultimately get really comfortable in realizing that what's left over is the actual real you.
Yeah.
And once you start seeing things from that perspective, we don't necessarily have to cling to the identity of athlete, scholar, doctor, beauty
Yeah,
queen.
same. Maybe I'm more
whatever.
than my sexual identity. Like,
Right.
what else am I? I'm so much
Right.
more.
Absolutely.
You know,
And talk about even, like you kind of mentioned at the beginning when you gave your intro, going through that process and how it kind of sprung you in from going from like shallow Hollywood content to wanting to help people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Awesome.
yeah, and I've
really
always been that, and I've always helped in my own way, but like, I had to kind of like I was paid to care. Like, I was given this great access to people and to all these cool adventures and events, but yeah, I always try to make a difference in like, people's lives and shine a light. And now I'm actually launching something tomorrow as part of a breast cancer campaign. It's about getting your sexuality back after,
That's awesome.
because people out there that, things come and go, ebbs and flows of men and women,
Always.
especially with depression and things going on. But yeah,
Who does it cheers with coffee? I don't- That's weird.
I
Java.
always cheers with coffee.
Definitely
I
coffee.
was gonna say we can
Bless the
scoot down
Java.
if we want.
Bless
we
the
can,
Java.
We can get rid of one of the stools and
Oh, you want me to scooch? I think
I mean,
I'll
we're
be-
fine.
I'm
we're
comfortable.
good. I'm comf.
We're good anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, so just things always bounce back. No
You were talking
pun
about
intended.
no.
Honey,
More men than
what
women.
part of the process triggered things for you mentally? Was it the physical loss? Was it coming to terms with things emotionally? What part of the process from when you were in California and you said you're going through treatment while you were coming towards Florida?
Mm-hmm.
What part of that process was like the jump off, the trigger point for you to be like, there's better ways more refined ways I can put my energy?
I was getting out of a very, very toxic marriage, and I moved out during chemo, and that was what got me
So
a
it's like a
jump
whole
start.
culmination
Well,
It
a
was-
lot, yeah.
That was more of the private hell that I was going through. I was this rah cancer person. Yay, I'm doing photo shoots and I'm on stage doing comedy and I still look cute and I could draw my eyebrows on, but I was going through this private pain, and like, yeah, I had to get some self-respect back. Like, no, I'm not putting up. But it took cancer to make me realize that I'm not going to deal with in a relationship.
Briefly, if you can, just that, like, there's so much just in that little chunk. Comment on what your mental state was like, that you were comfortable being this bastion for what you're going through on the outside, but hiding everything else that was happening, all this other turmoil. Like, that's a lot. Like, you would hear people talk, not want to share. You hear it all the time, right? The dude that played Black Panther, he didn't tell anybody he had cancer.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
written about him a ton of times. Yeah.
But you're kind of the opposite. Like, what was your mental state kind of like at that time versus where we're at now?
Yeah, I feel like there was maybe just a lot of guilt because I know that I contributed equally to the toxicity, and I feel
That's a
like
big thing to admit.
yeah. So I feel like and I have no problem admitting it, and the fact that like we do work with. I was working for a big magazine. It's just like you kind of got to be careful, and like my ex was working for a big show. Like it's hard.
Can't
so I
talk
felt
about it so easily.
I felt like I couldn't. I wasn't ready to share yet. It took me going through cancer. Cancer is the easy part. I truly.
That's wild.
I
Isn't it?
I know. And in 5 months of chemo, not knowing if I was gonna die, I just wrote a lot of poetry, and like I went back to school actually. I dropped out of school when I was young to come to LA, and I learned that I can get my degree online at University of Iowa. I'm from Chicago, so I actually went back to school when I was a full-time student while I was on disability, laying in bed writing poetry and starting my novel, which will hopefully be out.
Well, whatever you did, it worked.
It did.
Right,
So far,
yeah.
I'm a 1-year survivor.
That's
Thank you.
awesome. I think about Norm Macdonald and like he had cancer and he kept it to himself until he died. And like honestly, I kind of agree with that. You know what I mean? If you're at some point, like you don't want to be like everybody around you like
Yeah, every journey is different. I interviewed
right.
someone yesterday. She doesn't want to be talking about all the time. Like,
Right.
It's like you can't dismiss how somebody wants to go through their battle.
I would
'cause
imagine-
it could hinder their healing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
big time.
And I would imagine getting the news that you're terminal at whatever point it is. I don't ever want to live without any kind of hope, obviously. Like, I'm going to swing until I can't swing anymore.
Oh, yeah.
But
Same, yeah.
at the same time,
Obviously,
I can
rock
appreciate not wanting to live whatever time you have left in a diminished capacity, right? Like you said, I don't want everybody,
Oh yeah,
That
and then
cancer
now your
person.
frequency's low. and it's
no,
like,
man, I'm here.
puppy.
I got 6 months left. Let's do this.
Yeah,
Let's
I'm gonna win.
blow the top
I'm gonna
off
win.
this thing. Yeah,
we're at halftime.
Yeah.
You know, I can still win this.
I can appreciate why some people would want to do that, but not knowing the intricacies of Norm's situation or Chadwick's, honestly, you know, it kind of leads you to wonder,
And
like,
there's always
maybe
hope.
if they did tell somebody, you know, like you said, hope. What kind of
So
support?
So I
Support.
write about people
Yeah.
all the time who doctors are like, oh, no chance in hell. Like they don't say that, but no chance. You're, you know, I'm so sorry.
Terminal.
You have 6 months to live, and then
Yeah.
they are 12 years going strong.
Yeah, it's
So
awesome.
there's the treatment, like, you know, we're covering all the things coming out. Like it's insane what's happening with medicine at this time, especially after COVID. You know, everything is just happening really, really fast.
Were
So-
you able to kind of reinforce your mentality throughout this process, or like meaning like were you kind of mentally strong? Would you consider yourself mentally strong before this started?
Oh, yeah.
Or is this something that was refined?
So
Her job is very.
So
like,
people ask me all the time, how the hell did you make this seem so? Yeah, I had my down days, but for the most part, I was like, this is chemo? This horrible thing that I've heard about my whole life, and I don't want to diminish, you know, other people have different.
Yes, you're talking
I'm just
about your experience.
My
Yeah,
pain
yeah.
tolerance, I
Yes.
grew up a hard partying Chicago girl, and I'm like,
You're a
this is
tough
a
cookie.
mild hangover. And mentally, I'm like, please. I'm like, I felt healthier because I
Right.
wasn't partying
right.
as
Made me
much.
quit drinking for 6 months.
I would celebrate every week. I would celebrate after chemo.
All right, less.
But no, what I like to say is people are like, how did you do this? Wow, I don't know if I could do this. And I'm like, you know what? I was born in tragedy. Like I lost my dad when I was 6. He died of AIDS. The beginning of whatever it's called at this
Born in
point.
tragedy. That's a good way to put it.
Born
Actually.
in blood is another. I'm
Dexter.
a Dexter freak
Yeah.
day.
Are you gonna watch the new season?
Am I gonna watch the
When
new
is
Has it
coming
been
out?
too
Pretty
long?
No.
It's been
Never.
10 years since he's.
It has been.
I want to
10
go
years.
see. Anyways, we can go off about that. No, I've interviewed Michael C.
Watch
Hall.
Dexter. It's great.
So great. I love him.
She interviewed him.
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, he's a great guy. I told him I had his show was my favorite show since Three's Company because I'm a dork. He got a little laugh.
Go back on our playlist. I think it's episode 5. I got a Three's Company T-shirt.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Very true.
No lie.
I'm a Mr. Roper enthusiast and Mrs. Roper and all of them.
There
Larry,
you go.
Lana, I get all
No
of them.
Furley.
Of course, let's
Nope.
give it.
Okay. You mentioned Roper first, so I had to.
Because he gave it a sign. He turned.
Three's Company talk, everybody.
He
on
would
the chat.
turn to the
Three's
camera
Company
and
talk.
give it little like smile when he'd say something horrible to his wife.
So I don't know how much you know about like the gaming community and like what they do for
Wait, hold on.
cancer
I'm
and whatnot.
Okay, sorry. Okay,
No, you're
go
good.
ahead.
I'm
Go,
sure you
go
have
ahead.
something exciting to talk about.
The
But
Call of
Because
Duty
she's
fans,
excited.
real quick. I went to a Call of Duty premiere. They flew Metallica out for $2 million
Yeah.
to play the show, and I was like front row. James is like pointing to me. Okay, anyways, go on.
She's part James. She's
I
part James.
am Jamie Hetfield.
But a lot of the gaming community and just the whole streamer, like, especially the successful ones, they attach themselves to causes.
Okay.
One of the big ones is that happens every year for a lot of streamers is for St. Jude's. And they raise millions and millions and millions of dollars a year through just playing games.
Awesome.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so one of the biggest streamers that is part of that group, he raised $2 million in 24 hours.
That's insane.
Holy
Playing video games.
I would never imagine you could do that in 24
But,
hours.
so,
with video
so,
games.
like,
That's really cool.
I'll play like Super Mario 3.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
Old school.
It-
Fred
it-
Savage days. Remember what was that?
and
The
it really doesn't
with him?
matter. It's
Hey,
really.
That
it's
sounds like
big.
commitment. We're getting ready to do another 24-hour stream for the Palm Harbor Firefighters Charity
Ooh.
Department, like we did last year.
Yeah,
We did a 24-hour game stream. We might have to have you guys come in
Oh,
and do
boy.
it.
Oh, I'd be
Sounds fun.
very interested.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a good
we
time.
play some old games.
I
and
get
just-
very loud
Tracy
and
D,
vocal.
1980s.
Yeah,
What was it?
Loud and vocal.
Family
That's a
Feud.
name for a show.
1980s Family
Family
Feud.
Family
Shit
Feud.
was
Family
lit, dude.
Feud?
Family Feud from the 80s.
What?
Ooh.
We're
Ridiculous.
talking about with that guy. Who was hosting it at the time? Was it the?
Oh, I did a story on him. The guy that kissed everyone in the mouth.
Yes.
Yeah,
God.
he died of cancer.
Come over. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, I don't remember his name, but he did kiss her right in the mouth.
He
He
did.
was so into props. If you
Yeah.
watch it,
I'd be so
now.
mad if
But
someone
the
kissed
questions
my mom and right in
were
front of
like,
me.
you know how they're always like pop kind of culture-y, whatever is relatively hip as far as what's going on. Like the questions they were asking is like.
I need to watch it now, actually. 'Cause
It was on. He was playing it on the game. It was awesome, dude.
that's awesome.
It was a great time.
The feud.
Justin.
Even the Steve Harvey version's a little.
Hey, it's either the talking
Oh, yeah.
stick or the shut the hell up shoe. Which one do you want? Justin, that is not how we encourage communication.
We're gonna backhand it.
Oh, goodness.
Mods.
Yeah.
Out
Well,
of control mods.
if you want to actually read Justin's other comment there, he was, I think, talking about what you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, he was talking to Marissa.
Oh, that's nice, Justin. That's really sweet.
Read it out loud.
It's amazing because all so often we only hear one side of the story. It's refreshing to hear someone admit they contributed to the problem and own it. Congrats for getting your life back on track, girl. Yeah.
There you go.
Thanks. That's awesome.
Pew, pew, pew. But it's proof, right? Like, you've gone through all this crap, and everybody's got their stuff.
Yep.
You've shared a little. I've shared a little. We've heard a little. Everybody that's been here, I think, except for Chris, because he don't ever talk about anything but guns and ivermectin.
Yeah.
Like, we've all kind of shared, but, like, a lot of people, and it's varying degrees, obviously, but a lot of people have shit, man. A lot of people got that bag. But you're a great example. We're all sitting here, right?
Yeah.
We're all able to sit here and talk to people and hopefully be somewhat of a beacon for other people to let you know that there's another side. Justin, Zach, believe it or not, you guys are examples too, man. There is another side to it. You're here.
Yeah.
You're still doing it. So be that as it may, yeah, she got her life back on track. Everything's great. There's still work to be done, right? Keith was talking about it before too. Like, if you don't have a goal, if you don't have the motivation, then what are you doing? You're stagnant,
If you don't do anything about it, nothing doesn't get done.
right?
And then I take my mistakes into this next relationship. It's all about learning and evolving.
It's it.
Yeah.
And it's that continuous process of refining and evolving yourself along the way that made you as strong as you were to get to that point, that you had the reserve strength to get you over that hump and get to where we're on the other side of it now.
I'm
So
the same person, but I'm a different person. I'm
absolutely.
evolved.
You're a
You
stronger
know,
person.
Super
I don't wanna
Saiyan
hurt-
3.
I don't want to hurt anybody.
Same soldier, different armor.
I like that.
Hell
Same
yeah.
soldier,
That's
different.
an interesting way to put it.
Absolutely.
Well, that's what if it doesn't break you, it makes you. You know, like it just adds on to your armor.
It's 100%. I mean, what else could you possibly do, right? Like if I'm so caught up in whatever I'm viewing as my loss, let's say it's an attachment to a car, okay? And I crashed this car that I've loved forever, and I'm just so caught up in it. You can go through the insurance process and blah, blah, blah. It might be told, it might be not. All that stuff has a system, right? But ultimately, what am I going to do about it?
Right.
It's up to me whether or not I'm going to continue being upset about it or if I'm going to get over it, right?
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
to allow myself.
Or we
to get
miss
to the
further
other side of it.
alignments
You're
with
right.
career, relationships. It's like you're like, woe is me, and you're missing. I tell these people that are time wasting in relationships, like, I seem like I'm a brutal mofo because I just don't settle. And
Time
I just
for your
keep,
shit.
I just keep skating through mofo. But I know how it looks. But I'm like, I don't want to settle. I'm like, I grew up in the Midwest where everyone hates each other, like drinks every night, and they hate each other. And I'm like, I don't want that.
Like couples, you mean? Like married couples?
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing to know yourself well enough to know that you don't want that.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing I get when I have these kind of like, I use the term loosely, come to Jesus, like philosophical talks, not Jesus specifically.
No,
but you know what I mean.
the saying.
The come to Jesus talk, like, let's sit down and really get into some stuff. The first question I usually ask is, who are you and what do you want?
Right.
And I tend to ask it about 6 or 7 times until they quit giving me bullshit answers.
That's pretty powerful.
And, you know, let's use shallow version of Jason Frilo as an example, right? If I said, Free, who are you and what do you want? Well, I want to be a great musician. Okay. Well, my response to that would be, cool. If I took your guitar and fucking smashed it over the hood of your car right now, would you still be Jason Frilo?
I'd be a sad and upset one, yes.
But you'd still be you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're going to take that and we're going to throw it in the garbage. I'm going to ask you again, who are you and what do you want?
Well, at this point, I just want to be happy. I want to do what I love. And
See, that's a real answer. He's not being shallow.
It's hard for him to be
no,
shallow.
I appreciate it. But most of the time we get those surface level answers, right? I want to be rich. I want to be successful. I want to do this. Okay, well, what does that look like to you? Okay, well, who's actually doing that? Is it at a job? Is it a way you feel when you're doing that? Is it
Right.
your family?
I would
And
pick
when we-
love over $20 million.
There you go. And when we
Like,
start asking these
sadly.
questions, most people
So sad.
most people ultimately realize they don't have any idea what they want.
Yep.
And when you take another step back from that, they don't know what they want because they don't know who they are.
They want what others have.
They want by
Grass is
comparison,
always
right?
greener. Yeah.
They don't know what they want by comparison. And then when they achieve it, they're unhappy.
And the big thing
everything
is
goes
people want
nuts.
what they can have and don't want what they do have.
Girls had drinks every night.
Wait, you told me?
Oh, this is like the after hours session.
Yes.
Girls
We're
had-
getting late now. It's 10 till. It's about to start popping.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, nope. No, some things may or may not have been said at, points in time when I may have been or may not have been drinking.
Were you gaming though? 'Cause I think it's fair
Yeah.
game when you're gaming.
I was gaming.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah,
I was gaming.
there's trash talk on the court, and then there's church
I
talk.
was
You know what I mean?
gaming, and I was trash talking to my chat.
Justin,
because they're
Justin,
a
next
pain in
time
the
next time he
ass.
comes out with that stale ass joke, you tell him it's all manhood, buddy.
That's all, man.
Tell him you've never fallen forward in your life.
Man,
Oh,
anyway,
God.
but that's because I love these guys. They're always here. They're good dudes, and one of the things about like my channel is helping, not hating, and bringing people together, and not worrying about all the external factors, and that's why with Jay I created this, just sit down and be able to have open conversations.
Brandon, what up?
That most of the time you can't have anymore, and just be able to share without getting without getting angst towards the other people in that conversation, and bringing more people into it, because
And ask honest questions.
we get
Have
talked
honest
to
feedback.
we get talked to a lot through media, through suggestive posts, suggestive advertising. Like everything in our lives is a suggestion of what we should be doing in 2021, and so it's just being able to come in to chat, hang out for a little bit, talk with all the other people that are in there, and share something that you enjoy, which is consuming content. We all love TV or this or that, and listening to somebody talk, or eliciting a response out of somebody. Because, for a lot of streamers, somebody is on the other side in chat, and they're like, hey, I just want you to say my name and I'll feel better.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Validation.
I want to leave everybody with a mantra that a good friend of mine just turned me on to, and it's been helping me out a lot. Whenever you feel down and you're doubting yourself, just tell yourself that everything always works out for you. And it's like, just always just say that to yourself. I wanted to say that earlier before the night ends. I wanted to say that, like, whenever you feel doubt, just say that to yourself. Everything always works out for me. Because wherever else your mind goes, your mind is basically the control tower of everything that happens in your life. And if you tell yourself good things will happen.
Self-talk is so underrated. Think about how many times you've gotten into a situation where you've had anxiety, or you've been upset or butthurt before it even started, and pre-told yourself what's going to happen.
Same.
Every time I see this so-and-so, I do X. Every single time I see Girl Dad, I get mad. Guess what? When I see that sumbitch, I'm going to get mad. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, right?
100%.
Right.
But how
I know,
many
I
people
know.
with that same self-talk do the experiment of trying it in the
Reverse.
positive?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, man, I'm going to make the most out of this opportunity and kick the shit out of this day. Try that 5 times and see
Yeah, and if you're not
it
feeling
works
it
the
that
same
day,
way.
try it in the morning, because some days
Yeah.
you're just like, oh, I just want to lay in bed.
And it's great, and that's okay
watch
too. That's
TV.
part of that self-care, right? You have to do
Yeah.
that from time to time.
Instead of paranoia, think pronoia.
Absolutely. Pronoia.
Everything's working for you.
It sounds like a prescription.
Pronoia. Ask your doctor. Pronoia works for you.
Side effects may include happiness.
Positive
Yeah.
mental attitude.
Side effects may include suicidal tendencies,
Just
Oh,
don't
Jesus.
listen.
Explosive diarrhea.
explosive diarrhea,
all
organ
sorts
and
of different
death.
colors of diarrhea.
and death.
Rainbow farts and organ
Rainbow
melting.
farts. Tourette's. It's like, wait, what is this
Unicorn horn
for?
up your ass.
Night
You start
murders.
feeling it.
Pronoia is good for headaches. Wait, It says here it can give me migraines. What is this?
We have devolved into
mental
absolute
fires and
mental-
nightmares.
Nothing.
Like
I love you, chat.
It's you chat so much.
As you can see, we all need help
poppin',
as
poppin',
well.
But it's fun. It's a
It's
good
fun.
time.
Oh, it's so good.
We're having a blast.
So
Oh, yeah.
I do want to, like, we haven't really talked a lot. You're doing some things. I saw a video from
I sent
Jason.
him the one with
and,
Tom Arnold.
Oh yeah.
Well, you're doing
I love
some kind of
Tom.
crazy interview session with stars about mental health,
Yeah.
sexual abuses,
Mhm.
children,
Sexual addiction.
or sexual
Anything
addiction,
related. Well, it's a sexual. So Giddy is a predominantly. It's like a sexual health site, but as we know, like sexual health, God, it relates to everything.
It
Cancer, addiction. I mean,
It
so
can
it's
go a
more
lot
like
of different
mental
ways.
health. So they're more broad of topics. So yeah, I deal with God, anything. I just spoke to a friend about dealing with anorexia when she was young and how that shaped her involvement in sexuality in her body, and it affects the relationship with men growing up, because you experience these eating disorders when you're a young girl, and everything affects your sexuality, so it's just like endless, the topics. But yeah, Tom Arnold's amazing. He's a Hawkeye. We both went to University of Iowa, and he's just a pleasure. He allowed us to come and film in his home, and that was amazing. And he's got I just wish we could play the whole. I talked to him for like an hour. The guy just shared a lot. Like he came face to face with his abuser. He went back and found him.
Wow.
And I think the guy worked at like a school or somewhere like totally gnarly like that. And so he walks in and he's like, "You know what you did?" And the guy was like cowering, and he's just like, "Look, and I think the biggest thing, what I've heard from these abuse victims, they don't want pay. They don't want people to pay. They don't want to hurt you. They want you just to know and just like just acknowledge what you did, and just prevent from doing it to somebody else. Like they want you to these people want them to get better. They want the abuser, because the abuser was abused.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a cycle that's not breakable without.
And that's my problem. I go for these flawed people who have great hearts. My mother, we fall for, the people. We feel bad for these people.
A project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Broken wings.
Project.
Broken
Yeah.
birds.
Because I'm a broken bird, I guess, but.
We
not
all are in our
really.
own way.
I don't know. Well, who knows? Some days.
Well, if you fly a lot,
I'm
you're
so
gonna
many
break a
different
wing.
animals throughout the week. I can't even. It's always changing.
It's a little vet hospital you are.
But that kind of goes back to that imaginary measuring stick, right? Like you're obviously very mentally strong and able to help other people and stuff, and that's great. And you can still sit and
try
say,
to.
"I'm a broken bird." So like, what do
Yeah.
other people look like? You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
Yeah.
that's why
it's
they
a big
tell me
thing.
everything. I mean, one
Yeah.
of my friend Rachel McCord, she's a big influencer and CEO, and she does a lot of stuff to give back. Her sister's Annalyn McCord, who's on 90210, and they were her sister was like, holy shit, like she has never even heard her sister tell anyone what she was telling me, and I was like, wow, really? Like that's pretty amazing. Like
You get people to open up very easily, and it's a gift. It's a
but it's
talent.
because I share my brokenness.
Like
That's why.
I heard
Thank
here,
you.
you're like, oh, look at this. This
Thank
hurts
you.
here.
Yeah.
I
But
think
yeah.
the common parallel there is the fact that even acknowledging that that there's still work to do is part of what's keeping you kind of going along your path of self-improvement, right? Like if we just say, okay, cool, I'm actualized. Well,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
no work left to be done.
Yeah.
I'm just good. Like I can just play
Yeah.
golf and masturbate all day. Like I'm good. Like
That's all I need to do.
playing
like a
golf
fun
and
day.
masturbating all day. But
Put
there's
that on my
some people-
self-care list.
Zach, not naming any names.
Zach, golf and masturbation. But it's
Golf
a,
turbation.
it's a sliding scale
And there's
because
nothing
that
wrong with talking about masturbating.
No,
either.
not at
Birdie.
all.
Both
No.
involve
Back
birdies.
at it.
But that metric of like brokenness,
Hole in
right?
ones.
It kind of goes back to what we were talking about before, where we have these yardsticks that we try to measure up to. But what that scale of brokenness is different for you and you
Yeah, it's a
and me
spectrum.
and
We
him.
all
So
on
in
it.
your head, you're like here on the scale. Somebody that's sharing with you sees you like way up here, right?
Yeah, or
Yeah, vice versa.
They're like,
So
damn.
it's such a weird,
Yeah, it
really
is crazy.
weird thing to think about.
Brandon.
You know what I mean?
I tell you, putting on a uniform every day, not knowing if I'm coming home, is stressful enough. You have to, you have to have people to talk to. You have to
Be a
express
cop.
your feelings to others. and let people know if something is wrong. But you have to talk to somebody if they want, or if not, they won't know what is wrong, is what I think you were trying to say there. And you're right, Brandon. And I love you, brother. So just keep up what you're
Appreciate
doing.
you,
I'm sorry, Brandon. I was giggling because I saw Zach's comment of he likes the golf and masturbate every day. I wasn't trying to be insensitive.
Therapy's therapy. Therapy's
Like I said, you got to cycle through, bro.
Yeah, and so let's see.
both involve strokes. I'm just thinking of
Nice. Different strokes for different folks.
Well, I mean, golfing is
9-iron.
fun, so
Slap those balls around, baby.
like,
You want the front nine or the back
You got to
nine?
make sure and get a good wash on your balls before you whack them. You know
Are
what I
those
mean?
dimples?
They're made for speed.
Okay.
Maybe-
They're aerodynamic dimples.
wrong
speed-
stroke. You can end up in the
speed
rough.
dimples.
You can end up,
So-
you can end up in a rough.
So anyway, Zach says, Brandon, we never see in the media or anywhere that officers have a family to come home to as well. You've got a tough and thankless job, and you guys and gals deserve the best, and I'm always hoping the best for you guys, which is true.
We're all people, baby.
And it doesn't matter, officer, good officer, bad officer, you know, there's good and bad people in every profession. They're just people.
I've had shitty garbage men. I've had good garbage men.
Like we all need to remember that we are equals.
Absolutely.
And we all need to remember to have
Immediate
both hands
demonized.
on the shaft, says Justin.
Sure, both hands are on the shaft. Nice.
Both.
Nice.
Yeah, that is a good maneuver, I suppose.
Justin, if there's not enough eye
Let's show
contact, it's
some,
not going to work
some
anyway.
enthusiasm.
Yeah, it is a lot. If anybody walks in and I'm using two hands,
I was thinking on the woman's side, but yes.
that would be
each their
a
own.
lot going on too.
Oh.
It's a lot of enthusiasm.
He's where I'm at. It's polishing the banister. Is that the move?
The helicopter. You always do that
You're starting
helicopter.
a fucking friction
You
fire.
guys, I will say,
He's a Boy Scout, dude. He's starting
it's
a fire.
so interesting to
Do
see.
it long enough, you get sparks.
There are so many
Too long
different techniques. It's just like very intriguing.
That's a friction burn.
All right, the next
I
episode
do
we'll be talking
not-
about different techniques.
I do not endorse that technique.
Get all wonky with it.
if somebody did the helicopter and I was present, I would never talk to you again.
I know, right? Exactly.
Ever.
It's like, oh, sorry, guys. Like, what are you doing? I mean, I know what you're doing, but what is the helicopter thing going on?
Doing it as a joke is one thing, but I would run, I think.
Yeah, that'd be very scary.
Probably not, because I'm a weirdo.
Chat, you guys are taking this conversation
I'd
off
watch
the
for a bit,
rails,
then I'd walk out.
right? Here we
gotta-
are
you gotta
trying
be
to do
careful.
some
I would
stuff,
say get to
and
the
chat just
chopper.
takes
Get to
it
the
hard
chopper.
left, right into the gutter, chat. We appreciate you, but
Come with me if you want to live.
Well, as we're kind of wrapping up, guys,
Yeah.
I would really like
Literally.
to, if you guys would like, impart some
Jeez.
closing words onto the chat. Maybe summarize what you felt about everything, or even if it's a quote, whatever you want. Give us something to remember you by.
Right now, or in the
We're
chat?
closing it up, baby.
Oh, okay. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Just jump right over you.
Yeah.
She's getting
No,
ready.
no, no.
no, I
He's
was
like,
waiting. I
boom,
thought he,
step
no,
to the side.
I thought he was going to hand it over to
I'm
me
kidding.
to
Yeah, 'cause I did
stall.
before, like I did
now that
before.
he's warmed up.
Exactly.
He's good to go.
Exactly.
Now I'm.
He's ready
I
to
got
rip.
this.
For once in my life, I wanted to go second.
No.
you know,
Here you go.
first.
You go first.
He's like, say
No.
something wise. I got you.
I've shared a lot. Go
Thank
ahead.
you guys for coming and joining us. The fact that you tuned in on this subject means that it was helpful to you as well.
Kilowatts, you're crazy.
Hopefully you learned something from this. I learned a lot, and if you learn anything, please share the wisdom and the light with others, and
Share the video.
yeah, share the video, and also just know the best way to shine a light for yourself. The best way to shine a light for yourself is to shine a light for others. You know, if you light the torch for the path for others, you're lighting the path for yourself. So help as many people as you can, because in the end you're actually helping yourself too. So.
Yay.
Yeah, I guess what I'd like to say is, I love giving back. Even when I was going through my cancer journey, I'm on chemo and I'm sharing my story and writing these stories. I had a very aggressive type of breast cancer, and it's very rare. Sometimes it's rare people come out of it. So I was one of the only hopeful stories on the internet. So I had an influx of like messages from all these people who are freshly diagnosed, and I felt a little pressure sometimes. It's like. But I felt like this is my calling. Like I was searching for a calling before all this happened with COVID and cancer. and I sure as hell found it. So, you know, but I will say, like, you know, give back as much as you can if you're feeling strong, but don't spread yourself too thin, and I have to remind myself of that as well. We all have to take care of ourselves. I don't care if you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, you're bag grocery. I don't care what you do. It's like we all, you know, give, and you got to take some time for yourself, like the man said. Self-care. Make a plan, and I just got a new planner to organize this craziness. I will say, when I write things down, I do manifest. Just simple things, just little goals. I really do. I have manifested things that I had no idea I was going to manifest just by kind of focusing.
So far.
Well, it's in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
But no, yes. Anyways, thank you guys for having me. It's been really fun.
It's been awesome to have you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for
You've been a
joining
great
us.
guest.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I'm a little long-winded.
No, that's wonderful. It was perfect.
Chat, thanks for hanging out with Contextually Challenged. We appreciate our guests this evening, Marissa and Frilo. Make sure and check Frilo out on all the socials. Marissa has a bunch of stuff going on. Giddy.com.
GetMeGiddy.com. I write for SurvivorNet.com. And you can check me out at MarissaSullivan.com. 1R, 1S.
There you go. So she has a ton of stuff, even more than
And
we
Marissa.
have, apparently. So chat, check them out. And Jay, why don't you finish it out for us?
Be good to yourselves. Be good to other people. That's really as simply as I can put it, guys.
That's the best
Justin,
thing I've
you're
heard,
not
yeah.
anything less than, brother. You're just here as we all are, man. That sliding scale, like we talked about, those broken wings, brother. It's a sliding scale. Your metric might be very different from the person next to you, and if you spend too much time looking at your lack or your deficiency, you might miss an opportunity to help elevate them. So with everything that everybody else said, I fully agree. And the best, most successful thing you can do is level up everybody around you, because you take anybody that's successful and look at the 5 people around them. You take anybody that's depressed or unsuccessful and look at the 5 people around them, and you'll find direct parallels.
Yeah, I stopped hanging out with drug dealers and I started hanging out with business owners. Surround yourself with success was somebody that told me, and I'm like, wow, it actually works.
That's actually really true.
There you go.
And before this ends, real quick, I'd like to
Justin.
say a word in your behalf. Thank you for having us very, very much. And the whole reason why this happened is, for your buddy, the whole topic of it, your coach. I hope that his family deals with this in the best way possible. And anybody who's going through the same kind of thing, I just hope they find strength from their loss.
Reach out. Talk to somebody. Talk to somebody.
Come in, hang out, watch me play video games. You can always talk to me.
Yeah. In between the trash talk, you'll get real.
100%.
No, I believe it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out tonight. We had 100 comments, 16 reactions, 11 shares. So again, welcome to Girl Dad Gaming Studios, and have a wonderful night.
See you guys next week. Thank you.
Cheers. That was fun. That was very informative.
Good stuff.
It was